Welcome, family and friends, to the graduation of National University, our live stream. I'm Drew Schlossberg, a frequent moderator of National University's renowned speaker series, also the host of the Spotlight on the Community podcast, the nation's longest-running community podcast. Today we get together to celebrate the incredible achievements of our graduates. Their hard work, dedication, and unwavering commitment have brought them to this important milestone. We couldn't be prouder. Thank you for joining us to honor their journey. We hope you enjoy this special celebration that'll start in a few minutes. The National University is a veteran-founded nonprofit in 1971 with the mission to deliver accessible world-class student experiences by providing quality programs and services that ensure students' success through meaningful learning. Its vision is to be an inclusive and innovative university serving lifelong learners who contribute to the positive transformation of our society. Over the weekend, we'll have 6,800 graduates in the class of 2026. This morning, we'll recognize more than 1,000 of those graduates of the Sanford College of Education. In this graduating class, they're going to be working to enhance the teaching and learning in our classrooms all throughout the United States. As we know, National University is certainly a leader in conferring these teaching credentials and degrees and so forth in that aspect of it.
The ceremony will begin in just 5 minutes. Guests, please take your seats, and graduates, prepare to rise for the processional. Don't forget, you can access the live stream and digital program using the QR code on signs and screens throughout the arena. As a courtesy to all attendees, please silence your cell phones and remain seated throughout the ceremony. Since we are at full capacity, please seat guests together and avoid leaving empty seats between groups. Thank you.
In this graduating class we mentioned before is one of the largest and most diverse, most experienced classes in American higher education this year. Nearly 1 in 7 graduates in National University are age 50 or older, adults pursuing second careers, advanced credentials, and new professional chapters after decades in the workforce, in caregiving roles or in uniform. More than 1,500 are connected to military service, including 822 veterans, 363 active duty service members who finished their degrees while still in uniform, and dozens of reservists, military spouses, and dependents. As many folks know, National University is a leader in providing great leaders that are going to support those key concepts, key causes in our communities, whether here in Southern California or around the country. National University is noted, military founded. It is heavily involved in those nonprofits that are working with those folks that are currently in uniform, and veterans, and those families that are military connected. They're laser beamed and working with groups such as the San Diego Military Advisory Council. In addition, they are working with so many of the 13,000 nonprofits in our Southern California region, especially in San Diego County, such as the Classroom of the Future Foundation, Project Next. It's a new partnership with them. Pretty hard to find a nonprofit in our region isn't touched by some of the great work of these graduates, and many of these that will be graduating over this weekend will be working on boards of these nonprofits, volunteering at somehow. This graduating class will have 748 new autism therapists that are been working with families that have been waiting for months for one, and use Masters in Applied Behavior Analysis is its single largest program and one of the largest ABA cohorts graduating from any institution this year, of the national shortage of board-certified behavior analysts. This is critical. We mentioned about the teachers and how important it is to provide these teachers in classrooms, as there is a teacher shortage we're seeing in our country and through all communities throughout. It's a new generation a marriage and family therapist in a profession that has long lacked them. And this will be a big boon for those people in that profession. We will hear from people today. That'll be Kayla Villanueva. We'll be doing the national anthem, invocation from Chaplain Kevin Johnstone. We'll also hear from the president of the National University, Dr. Mark Milliron, and keynote speaker will be Dr. Theodore Mitchell. He's the president of the American Council of Education, on education that is. A class built around second acts and second chapters. Nearly 1,000 of the National University graduates this year, we mentioned earlier, 50 are older. And what's beautiful about what this university does, it is built for non-traditional working and military students. And as we get ready to start the professional, we're going to hear from the provost of National University, John Cicero, in a few minutes. And again, National University is dedicated to creating positive economic outcomes and social mobility through value-rich learning experience that meet the unique needs of our students. We want to make sure that we're also providing a pipeline into cybersecurity and nursing. More than 200 NU graduates earned degrees in cybersecurity. Roughly 265 earned nursing credentials in a profession that remains around 80% white, one of the country's most acute shortages. So enjoy the ceremony.
Graduates, if you are able, please rise for the processional.
Good morning. The candidates for degrees have been assembled. Please be seated. My name is John Cicero, and as Provost of National University, I am honored to preside over our 2026 commencement ceremony. I welcome our Board of Trustees, distinguished keynote speaker Dr. Ted Mitchell, President Mark Milliron, faculty, graduates, and the family and friends who supported our grads along the way. Graduates, you now join a network of over 255,000 alumni who over the past 5 decades have gone on to serve, lead, and make a difference in their communities and professions. Congratulations and thanks to all for being here to celebrate this important milestone. At this time, I'll ask you to please rise for the presentation of our national colors. Marine Corps Air Station Miramar Color Guard consists of Sergeant Limon holding the national colors, Corporal Castillo holding the organizational colors, Lance Corporal Hernandez, and Lance Corporal Uskanga as rifles marching alongside. Please remain standing for the national anthem sung by NU alumna Kayla Villanueva, followed by the invocation.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Kayla. Now I invite Chaplain Kevin Johnstone of the San Diego Fire Rescue Department to give today's invocation.
Good morning. I have the privilege of serving as chaplain for San Diego Fire Rescue Department, and I am deeply honored to be here with you on this very special occasion. Today, I encourage you not simply to think of this as a graduation, but as a commencement, a beginning of a new chapter, a new journey and a new calling. A commencement marks not an ending, but the first step into the life ahead. My prayer is that each of you will walk that path with courage, purpose, and the guiding hand of God. Will you please open your hearts and join me in prayer? Heavenly Father, we invite your presence into this place as we gather to celebrate the extraordinary achievements of these graduates. Today marks the culmination of their hard work, sacrifice, and perseverance. We are grateful for dreams fulfilled and for the opportunities that lie ahead for these graduates. Lord, we ask your blessing upon the class of 2026 as they commence this new season of life. Guide their steps and remind them that their future is secure in your hands. You have gone before them, preparing a path filled with purpose and opportunity. Give them courage when they face uncertainty, wisdom when they make decisions, and peace in every challenge they encounter. Bless the families, friends, and mentors who supported these graduates along the way. We give thanks for the faculty, staff, and leadership of National University, whose amazing dedication has helped shape lives and futures. Their love, encouragement, and sacrifice have helped make this moment possible, and each of them share in the joy of your accomplishments. Father, inspire these graduates to use the gifts that you gave them with integrity, humility, and compassion. May they pursue excellence not only in their careers, but in their character. May they be leaders who bring hope, unity, and healing to a world in need. Help them to stand for what is right, to love others well, and to use their gifts to make a meaningful difference. Help them to be peacemakers in a world that needs healing. Teach them to value every person, to reject hatred, and to live lives that reflect love, respect, and dignity for all. Let the education they have received here become not only a foundation for personal success, but a tool to serve others and strengthen communities. Remind them that today is not the end, but the beginning. May they never stop learning, growing, and seeking the purpose you have placed before them. Lord, surround them with your peace, grace, and favor, and bless each step of their journey ahead. And it is in your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you so much, Chaplain. Please be seated. It is now my honor to introduce the President of National University, Dr. Mark D. Milliron. It's all good today, class.
Good morning, everyone. And thank you, Dr. Cicero. I get to begin today by letting you know that this is absolutely one of my favorite things in all the vital work we do here at NU, to be here, to be with you on this special day, in this moment, to celebrate your crossing of the stage. I'd love to get everybody's help in the entire arena to help me take a moment to celebrate and congratulate the class of 2026. This year, we're celebrating nearly 6,800 graduates, and each of you brings a story of persistence and sacrifice and determination. Today is about honoring that. And I'd like to get grounded in what this university is and who we serve. More than 50 years ago, NU was founded by a Navy captain and innovative higher education professor, Dr. David Chigos. He was heartbroken watching service members returning from Vietnam facing so many challenges with traditional education. When they tried to go to traditional universities and use their GI Bill, it just didn't work. And it wasn't because those universities didn't care about them, it was because they weren't built for them. They weren't built for non-traditional, for working, and for military students. And what he said, and what he thought to himself was, he believed that high-quality higher education should not be limited to a specific group of individuals that fit the traditional model, but should be accessible to people of all ages and stages, including people who are balancing careers, service, and family responsibilities. Now, that was a radical idea at the time, but that mission drives us to this day. From that radical idea back in 1971 to real impact at scale today, now NU serves over 130,000 degree-seeking and workforce and professional development students annually across the United States. It is one of the largest nonprofit private universities in the country, and we remain completely and fully dedicated to serving the non-traditional working and military students with excellence. In fact, we don't even like using those terms. We call our students Anders, because your primary identities are not just as a student. You're not the 19-year-old on the quad with a backpack, right? Our students are students and parents, students and professionals, students and caregivers, students and service members and leaders in your community. Anders are people who are balancing real lives and pursuing excellence in education. That's what makes this moment incredibly meaningful. You didn't step away from your responsibilities to earn this degree. You lived into your ands even as you completed your degrees and you prepared for your next adventures. It's incredibly inspiring to watch all of you embrace this journey. I understand this path personally. On my own Ander journey, I was the first in my family to successfully navigate a higher education pathway. I come from a large and diverse family of 9 kids. Actually, I have an African-American brother, Native American brother, and Korean sister. And so we had 25 foster kids on top of that rotated through my house during the time I was growing up. So when I graduated high school, my dad was educated in the Navy, my mom was a vocational nurse. There was no understanding of what larger higher education would look like. So when I graduated high school, I had to move out, and that was mainly because they needed the room. There's a lot of kids there. But thankfully for me, there was a community college nearby that got me on my pathway to possibilities. And from my beginnings at Mesa Community College through to my graduate degrees, I worked as a busboy and then as a waiter to pay for rent, for gas, for car, and for the school. I just want to get with you about this. How many, by applause, how many of you were the first in your family on a journey through higher education? Go ahead and give me a claps. Okay. How many of you started at a community college? Give me the claps. And now what I expect will be the loudest one. How many of you had to work while you were going to school? Yeah. And regardless of the details of your Ander journey, now you're here. You're about to cross the stage. And just take a moment and appreciate the array of Ander stories all around you. You come to us from all kinds of backgrounds, overcoming all kinds of challenges, bringing all kinds of different strengths at all ages and stages. And in fact, the youngest graduate crossing the stage today will be 20 years old, and the most seasoned among you will be 79 years young. And now, as graduates of National University, you are entering one of society's most important callings, helping students, families, communities thrive through education. You are a remarkable group of graduates, and we are incredibly proud of what you have already accomplished, and we are incredibly excited for your future. Now, I'd like just to take a moment to recognize a number of the people who helped make this moment possible. To our dedicated Board of Trustees, our amazing faculty, the administrators and staff who just give the extra effort to help you on your journeys, I'd love for them all to please stand, and let's give them a huge round of applause. Faculty, please stand if you can. And now, I would love to have the family members, the friends, the colleagues, the daughters, the sons, the cousins, the people who have been really kind of championing all of these folks who are on this floor all along the way. I'd love to have all of you please stand. Please stand if you will, and let's give them a big round of applause. Here's what we know, Ander journeys are almost always a team sport, no doubt. We also want to recognize those who have served and continue to serve in the military in honor of NU's deep military roots and our continued commitment to military-connected students and their families, thank you for your service and sacrifice. Will all the members and veterans please stand so we can thank you? Now, before we move forward, I want to share that National University was recognized by the Carnegie Foundation and the American Council on Education as an opportunity college and university. Now, our commencement speaker is going to talk more about that, but it is basically an institution that is deeply dedicated to providing high access, flexibility, affordability, with really solid opportunity, great earnings for their graduates after. We are incredibly proud of this recognition. And I'm going to let Dr. Mitchell talk more about this in just a little bit. But this recognition affects the strength of a university, and more importantly, the strength of graduates like you. Here at NU, we believe that it's not just the degree you earn, but the degree to which you use it. So as you take your next steps, we're going to ask you something simple but powerful. We have a charge for you as graduates we like to use, and the basic charge is each one, reach one. And what Each One Reach One is about is that we want each of you to find someone in your life and encourage them on a path to learning, a student, a colleague, a friend, family member, whoever it might be, someone who can benefit from the example you set today. Because I want to be clear here. There are millions of Anders in this country who don't think it's possible. Your walking across this stage is a symbol, is a sign. It is a glorious kind of example for them to understand it is possible. Each One Reach One is a vital part of this work. And I don't care if it's at NU. It can be at any educational journey that makes sense for them. But we want you to accept the charge because you reaching out and supporting people on their education journey really matters. Say it with me. Each one, reach one. Now say it to each other. Each one, reach one. Please take this charge because we need you. And as you take your steps across the stage, well, you might kind of feel like this is somehow the finish of something. You have to remember, commencement means beginning. This is not the end of your journey. It's the start of what comes next. And now you are a part of a global community of National University alumni. Stay connected, keep learning, and continue to lift others along the pathway. Class of 2026, we are so proud of you. Once again, let's give them a huge congratulations. And now it is my honor to introduce our distinguished commencement speaker, Dr. Ted Mitchell. As earlier mentioned, Dr. Mitchell serves as president of the American Council on Education, which is the major coordinating body for the nation's colleges and universities. We're talking 4,500 colleges and universities. His is meant to be a clarion call, a collective voice that helps us in the work towards achieving policy that will help our colleges and universities be more effective. Throughout his career, he has focused on expanding access, improving outcomes, and strengthening the role of higher education in our society. His leadership has helped shape national conversations around student success, innovation, and opportunity. Prior to this role at ACE, he served as U.S. Undersecretary of Education and has long been a champion for students balancing education and their many responsibilities in life. We are honored to have him with us today. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Ted Mitchell.
Thank you, President Milliron. It's a privilege to be here. You'll indulge me for a second. I'm going to be required by my kids to answer the question, what'd you do today, Dad? Here we go. All right. Good. So that's sort of taken care of, except a picture doesn't really explain to my kids what I'm doing today. What I'm doing today is celebrating America. I'm celebrating the America I revere. I'm celebrating an America that's about opportunity, that's about access, that's about hope, that's about determination, that's about love. That's who you are. And I'm thrilled to be a part of this event today. I'm a privileged person to be a part of celebrating your achievements and your achievements on behalf of the America we all revere. So, kids, that's what I'm doing today. So as Mark said, we're here to celebrate what you have done, and we're here to celebrate what you will do. And I want to talk a little bit about both. And along the way, I want to talk, as Mark indicated, about what this institution has done and what this institution means. So first, I want to tell you that we need you. We need you. The workforce of America needs you today. The classrooms of America, the schools of America, the hospitals, every social service agency in America needs you. The industries need you. High tech needs you. But more importantly, most importantly, we need you to bring the spirit of this place to the work that you do in the communities of which you are a part. So you will leave here today with skills that will set you apart, but with a determination and set of experiences that will set you far ahead of what most in America mean when they leave higher education. Mark talked about the 18-year-old with a backpack. Nothing against an 18-year-old with a backpack. But let me tell you, that 4 years of residential experience between 18 and 22 is a microcosm of what you have brought to your education and what you have contributed to this institution. You have amassed not just the credit, but the experience, the scars, the wisdom, the loves lost and won. That makes you different, and that is what is going to move us as a nation forward. As Mark mentioned, that experience is an experience of fathers, mothers, sisters, brothers. You bring your families here with us today to celebrate your achievement and to mark it as an important part of what you have done in completing your studies. It's important to recognize, just for a moment, that the organization that I have the privilege of leading, the American Council on Education, was founded in 1918. The government asked us at that point to convene higher education to serve veterans. America was involved in its first European war. 1 million or more people had gone into service and had gone to the battlefields of France, and they returned. And higher education was not welcoming them back. Higher education was, as Mark said, stayed stiff in its ways. And they asked us at the American Council on Education to work with universities to be different and do different things. Well, it's taken us, 120 years, but thanks to you, we're getting there. First thing we noticed was that most veterans coming back from World War I had not graduated from high school. So we invented a thing called the GED. Any of you taken the GED? I have. It's great. The GED created a fundamental pathway for veterans into American higher education. We built the GI Bill. We helped build the Pell Grant program. We continue by working to create expanded opportunities for military families, for veterans, and for the nation at large. We continue to, many of you have taken advantage of this, I know, we continue to provide credit equivalency for military service, translating that military service into credit for college. And we're honored to do that, honored to work with the Department of Defense, the Department of War, to be able to bring that about. Now, I know Mark is fond of the word and Anders, and I appreciate it, and I'm incorporating it in my vocabulary to never again use the term non-traditional students, because the numbers don't lie. The numbers suggest that the Anders of American higher education are now the majority. The Anders are the people who are not only at national university, but in community colleges across the nation. They are at other large-scale universities across the country. You are proving that higher education is indeed a lifelong exercise, and that one's dreams can be achieved not just at 18 to 22 years old, but throughout a lifetime. And you're proving that to America, you're proving that to your families, and you're proving that to each one you reach out to bring into the higher education fold. So I want to talk a little bit about National University. As Mark mentioned, we have created a new designation for opportunity colleges and universities. Let me tell you what that is and what it means. We looked at the data from all 4,000 institutions across the country, and we asked two simple questions. One, how well do they provide access to a wide range of students they intend to serve? So access, we asked, how are you doing providing opportunity? Number two, we asked about outcomes. In this case, we looked at earnings. We looked at earnings of graduates 8 years after completing their program, whether that was an undergraduate program or a graduate program. Again, remember, 4,500 institutions. In that calculation, and we had no idea where this was going to turn out, but in that calculation, guess who ended up in the upper right-hand quadrant of that 2x2? Guess who ended up proving that they were an institution of high principled access and incredible educational excellence? National University. What that means is that National University is in the top tier of American higher education. The top tier, fewer than 10% of institutions demonstrated high access and high opportunity. High access and high earnings. Less than 10%. That's rarefied air. As important as who's in is who's out. We spend a lot of our time in America, and a lot of time in the media, obsessing over what's going right and wrong at what I call celebrity institutions. Some of them start with the letter H. Some of them start with the letter Y. My own place starts with the letter S. And we obsess about these 9 or 10 selective, hyper-selective universities. Guess what? They're not there. Not a one of them is an opportunity college or university. Not one. But who is there? National University. Part of the reason I'm here is to make sure that the country knows that National University has reached the gold standard of American higher education. I'm here to celebrate you as a part of that, not only for what you've gotten from National, but what you've given to National that allows the institution to achieve those high marks. I'm also here to congratulate the leadership of National University, the trustees, President Milliron, Provost Cicero, Dean Lee, for the work that they have done to make National a place of aspiration, and not just for the privileged few, but a place of aspiration for everyone. That's a part of the America that I revere and part of the America we all seek to serve. It's also why you came here, because it wasn't an accident that you came to a place you knew was also attached to the idea of opportunity. As Mark mentioned, National University was started by a Navy captain who wanted to create opportunities for everyone, starting with veterans, but for all people who needed, wanted, and aspired to higher education and to the benefits that that would bring. Not just earnings benefits, but benefits of better health, longer lives, better family situations. All of that has been achieved at National, and you're a part of that ongoing story. One of the things that makes this work possible, it's a little bit in the plumbing, but I mentioned it around military learning earlier, it's credit for the learning that you bring to the campus. Credit for prior learning, it's called in the biz. National has been a pioneer in assessing and accepting credit from other learning opportunities, be they military, community colleges, et cetera. What does that mean? That means that students at National are able to complete their degrees in less time, costing less money, and benefiting from the hard work and determination that brought them to National's door. I talk about that because I think as I look from a national perspective at what we need to do in higher education, the short answer is we need more institutions to copy what National is doing. We need more institutions that are built around the schedules and the needs of students rather than the schedules and preferences of an administrative or faculty line. We joked at dinner last night that in most universities you can find the majority of the courses being taught on Tuesday and Thursday between 10 and 12. Now, that's great if you happen to have a lot of time between 10 and 12 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But if you don't, you need to find a place that's built around your schedule. National is that place, and other institutions around the country need to copy that. Credit that's earned should be credit that is accounted for. More institutions need to be much better at accepting transfer credit, at accepting military credit, and accepting learning credit from on-the-job work that you do. To recognize that and to promote that is why we built this category of opportunity colleges and universities. And we hope that after this, the first year, institutions will start to knock on National University's door and say, how'd you do that? What can we do to do that? And I look forward to National University being a brand that is renowned across the country as one of the pioneers in making the American dream possible. So where do we go from here? More importantly, where do you go from here? Mark, I think, mentioned my first call to you as well, which is to find one person who can benefit from the same kinds of experiences that you have had, introduce them, bring them along. Think about this. Think about the 125,000 touches that can be made every year. 125,000 people brought into American higher education with a real prospect, not only of finishing, but of benefiting from that work. And I'm convinced that that is the fundamental, for each one, reach one, the fundamental goal as you leave here. But I want to add another one. I don't want to stop there because I think that we're in a particular moment here in America, and I think we should acknowledge it and talk a little bit about where National University can play a role. So you know, I think it's not hard to figure out that America is at a particularly perilous crossroads, and I don't care which side of the political aisle you're on or where you stand on a variety of important issues. The problem is that our democracy is under stress and our polity is seriously divided. As graduates, you can help guide America to a better place. You know how to listen. You know how to do research and ask important questions. You know how to make a point in a discussion without making other people feel ignored, unheard, or disrespected. You know how to build trust, and you know how to build community. And trust and community are two things that we're sorely lacking as we look at where we are as a society. So I think that what that requires, what our present moment requires from all of us, is the commitment to work together for the common good, the commitment to bridge differences and viewpoints in a way that helps us stand apart from other nations. Critical to that is, I think, the idea of a healthy democracy. What's a healthy democracy? Thank you. And I want to put that into a little bit of perspective. In my mind, the greatest American philosopher was John Dewey. And John Dewey described democracy less as a form of government than a form of associated living. The way we live our lives, the way we build community, the way we talk and treat each other. And so I think that in order to solve the political divides that cripple us today, in order to heal the partisan divide that we feel almost every day, we need to not work at the level of politics. That is a symptom, not a cause. The cause is in our failure to master the art of associated living. And that's what I ask you to do, is to start building and rebuilding democracy from the ground up. Start in your neighborhood, start in your houses of worship, start a jogging club, start a book club. Bring people together. Take it as your personal mission, not just to reach one and bring them into higher education, but to gather together a group of unlikely friends and colleagues who can work to a common purpose, simple, clean the neighborhood up, work in the local park, but to build that muscle around associated living that is so, so powerful in the creation and nurturing of a democracy. So my charge to you is not only for each one to reach one, but for each of you to commit yourselves to mastering the art of associated living, to bring America to her fullest and best potential by creating the groundwork for common language, understanding of common values, understanding of common problems we can work on together. That, my friends, is how we will rebuild democracy. That's why you are so important to that project. If we succeed, and I'll quote Dewey again, if we succeed, I believe that we will be participants in the creation, a renaissance of American democracy that will leave us as a nation more worthy, more whole, and more harmonious. Those were Dewey's words. And if that is our collective aspiration, I believe we can achieve it. Why? Because of all you have achieved, all you've overcome, all you have set aside to be where you are today. You will continue to do that for yourselves and your families, and I implore you to do that for all of us, for the nation we want America to be. Thank you very much.
What a privilege to have Dr. Mitchell with us here today. Ted, thank you for your leadership and for joining us in celebrating the class of 2026. Ted, would you join me up here? We're going to have you step over here with Dr. Lee Reich, Chair of our Board of Trustees. We're going to have you go there. Okay. Dr. Mitchell, your career has been defined by a deep commitment to expanding access to education, improving student outcomes, and strengthening the impact of higher education across our nation. Through your leadership at ACE and your service at the highest levels of education policy, you have helped shape a more inclusive, forward-looking future for students and institutions alike. In recognition of your outstanding contributions and your dedication to advancing opportunity through education, it is my honor to present you with an honorary doctoral degree from National University. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Okay, now the best part of the morning. It is my pleasure to honor to confer degrees upon National University's graduating class of 2026. Will Dr. Robert Lee, Dean of the Sanford College of Education, please come forward?
National University is proud to host a distinguished array of honor societies that hold great significance for our students. At this time, please direct your attention to the screen for a list of honor societies affiliated with the Sanford College of Education. Will the graduates who are members of these esteemed societies please stand and be recognized? Please be seated. President Milliron, on behalf of the faculty of the Sanford College of Education, I present to you the candidates who have met the standards required to receive master's, education specialists, and doctoral degrees.
Will all graduates of the class of 2026 please stand? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the appropriate degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. You may now move the tassel from the right side to the left side of your mortarboard. Signifying you have earned your academic degree. Congratulations.
Now is the time for which we've all been waiting, the presentation of the graduates, along with the hooding of doctoral candidates. Graduates will now begin to approach the stage. In respect of the graduates here today, we ask that all guests remain in their seats until the conclusion of the ceremony. We also ask that upon leaving the stage, graduates return to their seats and remain seated until the recessional. Thank you. Graduates, you may be seated.
Kayleen Malcolm. Eleni Panayota Philippou. Hannah Alexandra Waldrum.
Brandy Lynn Dixon.
Marie Juanita Rodriguez. Nicolo Owens.
Jonathan Cortez.
Kimberly Adeline Quevedo. LaShandria Weaver.
Destiny Ann Davis. Nancy Lozano.
Jonathan Michael Vargas. Andrea Lynn Wainscott.
Walter Ayala. Lama El Jadeh. Aaron Brinkley. Michael Aaron Anchondo. Caroline Elizabeth Carlin. Anjuman Kandakar. Satbir Kaura Dillon. Blanca Lilia Castaneda.
Juana Montes Soltero. Juana Elizabeth Torres.
Jennifer Dawn Garcia. Andy Catwiza.
Caitlin Pano Yang.
Matthew Inoye. Layet Contreras.
Michelle Allison Murray. Sarah Marie Schupman.
Selena Barcelos. Brenda Buzane. Gabriela Covarrubias. Macy Kanani Della Pina. Tammy Renee Clay Mitchell. Jihan Bashir Al-Kurdi. Shaneka Harvey. Shannon Shanique Lewis. Gabriella Balfour Ritchie.
Maria Elizabeth Vera.
Chevelle Unique Lee. Alexandra Cubillos Hernandez. Jessica Camarillo.
Sergio Navarro. Frederick Sayadian.
Jade Brown.
Kenneth Deshawn Morgan.
John Hensley. Jamin Lucas Contreras. Daniel Mitchell Goodman.
Leslie Rojas.
Luis Castellon.
Saravani K. Bunma. Ingrid Marlene Gonzalez.
Shaniqua McNeil. Sean Pollock.
Alan Lopez.
Brianne Summer Schmidt.
Jennifer Caroline Ayala Ledesma. Gabriel Abad.
Akatsin Torres. Austin James Tyravolis.
Andy Kahuansi.
Michelle Denise Washington. Nadia Medrano.
Ashley Alas.
Mariah Rubio.
Adriana Jacqueline Belmontes.
Michelle Palayo. Emily Swain.
Leslie Benitez.
Adan Medina.
Jose Gallardo. Charlize Domingo. Amara Ferber. Colin Blakita.
Dr. Catherine M. Slosarek, Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Leadership in Higher Education.
Dr. William T. Green, Doctor of Education, Sport and Athletic Management. Dr. Brianna Marie Nelson Amador, Doctor of Philosophy in Education, International Education.
Dr. Shane Strupp, Doctor of Education, specialization in organizational leadership.
Saul Ibarra.
Aniko Crystal Nelson. Rex Randall Padilla. Natonia Sheila Raynell Radford.
Douglas Dixon. Rachel Angela Dixon. Chelsea Marzan de la Cruz.
Talonda Myers.
Sabrina Nicole Asegaba.
Dr. Stacy Carter Merrow, Doctor of Education, specialization in leadership in higher education.
Dr. Maribel Aguilar, Doctor of Philosophy and Education, International Education.
Brianne Stanley. Mary Margaret Vasquez.
Jeanette D. Ann Adora. Victoria Patricia Alvilar Ramirez.
Caitlin Ruiz. Brian Ray Murray Jr.
Kyle Rashad Brown. Even A. Hinojosa. Javier Alejandro Leon. Adam John Salazar Jimenez.
Dr. Teresa V. Wakefield Gamble, Doctor of Education, Trauma-Informed Educational Practices.
Dr. Javon Jocelyn, Doctor of Education, specialization in organizational leadership. Dr. Jessica George, Doctor of Education, specialization in social emotional learning. Dr. Antoinette Gellin, Doctor of Education, English language learning. Dr. Danielle Anderson, Doctor of Education, instructional leadership.
Megan Tucker.
Austin Johnson.
Kimberly Marie Mendoza Delgado.
Patricia Borrego.
Sydney Smith. Brenda Stephanie Soto.
Aisha Ayad. Montaha Ayad.
Dr. Suzanne M. Passini, Doctor of Education, Leadership in Higher Education. Trinidad J. Rodriguez.
Taryn Flowers.
Matthew Yee. Maribel Sierra.
Dr. Kimberly A. Glassman, Doctor of Education, Instructional Leadership. Alyssa Marina Funes. Dr. Marquette Hawkins, Doctor of Philosophy and Education, Organizational Leadership.
Demetris Abelardo Porras.
Nicholas Joseph Bellotti. Claudia Gonzalez Acevedo. Audrey Fernandez. Armando de la Cruz Jr. Dr. Eusis Granum, Doctor of Education and Educational Leadership.
Dr. Makila R. Thomas, Doctor of Philosophy in Education. Educational Leadership.
Dr. Tonetta Cash, Doctor of Education, General Education.
Matthew Rosen. Charlotte Marsh. Alexia Reyes Griffin. Dr. Talithia Newsom, Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Special Education. Daisy Marie Padilla.
Luis Saavedra Hidalgo.
Jesse Vincent Jaime Mota.
Corey Johnson.
Maran Lee Shim.
Melissa Espinoza.
Julie Jocelyn Wynn. Dr. Julie Jocelyn Wynn, Doctor of Educational Leadership.
Katia Martinez Villalobos.
Dr. Zane Ari, Doctor of Education, Educational Leadership.
Dr. Brianna McClendon, Doctor of Education. Cheska Lindaya Tamase. Mariah Hope Macias.
Darian Delton.
Cindy Romero. Justin Swinkles. Ileana Meza Jauregi.
Isabella Judith Diaz Rangel.
Cynthia Yareli Valle.
Gina Gomez. Kathy Alejandra Diaz. Dr. Toria M. Chancellor, Doctor of Philosophy in Education, General Education. Dr. Danielle Cooper, Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Curriculum and Teaching. Dr. Heidi Green, Doctor of Education, General Education. Dr. Tamara Carter, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Leadership. Dr. Darren Hood, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Leadership. Dr. Celia Foster, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Leadership.
Dr. Shana Morales Minot, Doctorate of Education, Doctorate for Education.
Dr. Lynette R. Kahn, Doctor of Education, Curriculum and Teaching.
Romelia Velarde Valdez.
Yvette Nadine Espinoza.
Marina Nolan.
Tiffany Fields.
Stephanie Olguin. Noelle Trier.
Sebastian Botello. Isela Svetlana Chavez.
Erica Martinez.
Christian Lazaro Cabiedes.
Maria Jose Valencia.
James Keith Hill Jr. Kenneth Kaysen.
Ani Benjamin, Dr. Ani Benjamin, Doctor of Education.
Dr. Andrelyn Keys, Doctor of Education, Organizational Leadership.
Lizette Ochida. Ashley Nicole Sanchez. Dr. Philip West, Doctor of Education in Organizational Innovation.
Melissa Barton.
Lauren Beth Melly. Nancy Teresa Thao V. Wynn. Christina Guadalupe Perez Arce.
Anna Daisy Gomez.
Dr. Savannah Prince, Doctorate of Education in Organizational Innovation. Dr. Christopher Perez, Doctor of Education in Organizational Innovation. Dr. Danielle Ventura, Doctor of Education in Organizational Innovation and Leadership.
Dr. David Blackwell, Doctor of Education in Organizational Innovation and Leadership.
Jessica Morales. Christine Meinhofer. Jeanette Jessica Navarez. Stephanie Ponce. Daisy Sandoval.
Emma Grace Alaman Norris.
Marianne Selee. Amber Nash.
Orlenda Aguayo. Ana España. Heriberto Antonio Jovel Ruedas.
Brittany Renee Roan.
Kelly Yvette Alas. Jorge Hugo Guerrero.
Jessica Sancianco.
Joanna Chaidez. Bernardo Hernandez Jr.
Daniel Lawrence Williams.
Vivian Yvette Corona. Ashley Hillis. Dr. Toshua Cornwell Clark, Doctor of Education in Organizational Innovation. Dr. Keisha Cornwell McKinney, Doctorate of Education, Organizational Innovation.
Dr. Martha Ophelia Reyes, Doctor of Education in Organizational Innovation.
Dr. Brenda Esau Howard, Education Specialist, Early Childhood Education. Dr. Asha Leslie Charles, Doctor of Education, Curriculum and Teaching.
Dr. Ella Morris, Doctor of Education, Special Education.
Dr. Paul Burgos, Doctor of Education, Sport and Athletic Management. Kimberly Cruz. Ana C. Hernandez Martinez. Joshua Hernandez.
Ryan Michael Segoviano. John Tamoro Pangilinan.
Moreya Rene de Quito.
Eric Reed Rodriguez. Andrew Rocha.
Sky Celeste Giza. Jesus Martin Alfaro Palazuelos. Flor Esparza. Francisco Enrique Cano Valenzuela. Dr. Colleen Lynn Kelly, Doctor of Education, Educational Leadership. Yvette Fuerte.
Teresa Munoz. Stephanie Ray. Jessica Lichete Rodriguez.
Shahad Kassam.
Jimena Vasquez Gonzalez.
Melanie Garcia Anaya. Melody Franco.
Dr. Danielle White, Doctor of Philosophy in Education, specialization in general education.
Dr. Gloria Jones Dance, Doctor of Education.
Dr. Tequila Perry, Education Specialist.
Jennifer D. Stevenson. Guadalupe Medina Robles.
Dina Lamour.
Marilyn Ann Jasmine Vladic.
Julitza Arteaga.
Chanel Faye Albano Kiamas.
Judith Mariah Foster.
Lindsay Ann Morningstar.
Adrian Gutierrez.
Sydney Cheyenne Nitzel. Maggie A. Powers. Jorge Octavio Vargas Hernandez.
Christine Atoyan. Jocelyn Garcia. Sabrina Suzanne Fuentes. Elizabeth Llanos.
Jamie Caroline Rios. Aneth Solorzano.
Dr. Lawrence Bogar, Doctor of Education, Social Emotional Learning.
Dr. Tolulola Odukoya, Doctor of Education, Learning Analytics in K-12 Education. Dr. Alyssa Deanne Martin, Doctor of Education, Educational Leadership.
Lindsay Marie Levitan. Dr. Kylie Della Porta, Doctor of Education, Special Education.
Dr. Larry Dale Patterson II, Doctor of Education, Sport and Athletic Management. Julissa Perez.
Chelsea Diane Garcia. Martha Ileana Camacho.
Sebastian Pennant.
Amy Nicole Ferguson. Julia Jolene Allen. Cassandra Gutierrez.
Sandra Brianna Valdez. Loreto Fernanda Olivares.
Gabriela Castell. Alicia Marie Inskeep.
Brenda Zizati Martinez. Araceli Moreno.
Kinsley Renee Edmond.
Aaron Ross.
Leslie Johnson. Juan Jose Fonseca.
Faith Ryan Moraga. Crystal Denise Sims.
Christian Guillen. Dr. Decca Calloway, Doctor of Education, specialization in early childhood education.
Dr. Christy L. Milam Lott, Doctor of Education, Early Childhood Education.
Dr. Inel Billups, Doctor of Education, Special Education. Dr. Angelique R. Garcia, Doctor of Education, Nursing Education. Dr. Sonia Yvette Laster, Doctor of Education, Educational Leadership. Dr. Callie Jones, Doctor of Education, Early Childhood Education.
Dr. April Woodard, Doctor of Education, Early Childhood Education. Dr. Rangnafa McKinnon, Doctor of Philosophy in Organizational Leadership.
Johanna Vanessa Castro.
Kayla Purnell.
Deanna Tiffany Renee Conroy. Sasha Lopez. Marie Carmen Hernandez. Jillian Nicole Ashbaugh.
Leticia Reyes.
Litzy Giselle Herrera.
Han Tran. Sarah Valandra Schoon. McKenna Amber Smith. Juan Rosales Jr. Allison Faye Nail.
Rudy Johnson Beatty.
Lauren Gundry.
Jessica Lynn Rury.
Grace LeBaron. Raquel Solis Barrera. Guadalupe Huerta III.
Melissa Osuna. Dr. Jason Edwin Williams, Doctor of Education in Organizational Innovation and Leadership. Dr. Victor Maduabuchi, Doctor of Education in Organizational Innovation and Leadership.
Dr. Joseph Kinney, Doctor of Education, Organizational Leadership.
Dr. Rosalind Jane Rolla Hayes, Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership.
Gabriella B. Love.
Dr. Isaac Ramirez.
Yasmin Isidoro Pablo. Nazarene Kayleen Alvarado. Teresa K. Drouet. Veronica Cruz Ortega.
Esmeralda Martinez.
Sarah Eichler Colbert.
Melissa Miyamoto.
Marisol Ante. Lindsay Taylor Johnson. Janice Leonardo.
Dr. Jacob Patrick Sampson, Doctor of Education in Nursing Education.
Alondra Cruz. Esmeralda Cruz. Alexis Nicole Diaz.
Cassandra Roxanne Phillips. Stephanie Rubith Rodriguez Lopez.
Angelica Lara. Dr. Janice Anderson, Doctor of Education, E-Learning.
Dr. Beverly J. Renford, Education Specialist, Organizational Leadership. Dr. Ron Christopher Thornton, Doctor of Education, General Education.
Dr. Constance Marie Bernard, Doctor of Education, Leadership in Higher Education.
Dr. Robert L. Monk, Doctor of Education, E-Learning. Dr. Juan Redman, Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Sport and Athletic Management. Sarah Elizabeth Minjares. Jerusha Robustis.
Madeline Marie Cardoza. Nadine Ankir. Jessica Diane Elmer. Justin Jeffrey Burke.
Anne Viramontes. Tempest Deshay Venable.
Cindy Nicole Huerta.
Juan Arturo Palacios. Jessica Munoz.
Tora French.
Delaney Lizeth Popolka.
Janet Guzman.
Michaela Marie Renteria. Nereida Taylor. Jessica Pineda.
Elizabeth Garcia. Julissa Marie Flores.
Marisol Rios. Dr. Julie Presswood, Doctor of Education, General Education. Dr. Jessica Zumwalde, Doctor of Philosophy in Education, General Education. Dr. Jennifer Laurel Ferris, Doctor of Education, Organizational Leadership. Dr. Brittany Lynn Pierce, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Leadership.
Dr. Virginia C. Holderith, Doctor of Education, Early Childhood Education. Dr. Sarah Jones, Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership. Dr. Tylen Jennings, Doctor of Education, General Education. Dr. Gayline Francis Archibald, Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Curriculum and Teaching.
Lindsay Rodriguez. Consuelos Suhe Zavala.
Abriana Marie Fernandez. Karina Marie Wizar Regalando. Dr. Brandy L. Hester Harrell, Doctor of Philosophy, Educational Leadership. Dr. Jordan Noel Body, Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership.
Priscilla Martinez.
Rogelio Mendez Estrada.
Jessica Garcia Terrazas.
Amy Chior.
Andy Pompa Ayon. Dr. Brenda Soto, Doctor of Education, Instructional Design.
Michael Cervantes. Lauren Simone Haley. Jean Marie Kemp. Kimberly Susan Crackmer.
Cindy Rodriguez.
Aide Damian. Erica Jaurigi.
Antonia Marie Molo. Priscilla Ruth Rister. Julio Rodriguez. Lelia Ugonma Orji.
Grace Sterling, Dr. Grace Sterling, Educational Specialist.
Dr. Margaret L. Thomas, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Leadership. Dr. Melissa Richards, Doctor of Education, General Education. Dr. Stephanie Lynn Moore, Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Organizational Leadership.
Dr. Heidi Nico Harris, Doctor of Education, Educational Leadership.
Dr. Philomena Tali Owona, Doctor of Education, Global Training and Development. Dr. Pamela Vornholt, Doctor of Education, Leadership in Higher Education.
Dr. Dawn Marie Baird, Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership.
Dr. Maria R. Sandoval, Doctor of Education, Leadership in Higher Education.
Crystal Dearman. Cheryl Sanchez Baker.
Karen Michelle Ramirez Guevara. Berenice Muro.
Kamisha Johnson.
Debbie Lorena Salazar.
Juan Ibarra.
Jacqueline Torres. Jessica Vasquez. Sarah Terry. Daniela Leyva Silva.
Ashley Eleanor Barrios. Mireya Jimenez Aguirre. Samantha Acuna.
Migdania Arabelli White.
Taylor Gonzalez.
Jacqueline Munoz.
Ariana Marcela Cervantes.
Bobby K. Givens.
Bethany Allred.
Dr. Edgardo Vasquez, Doctor of Education. Dr. Alyssa Lee Soto, Doctor of Philosophy in Education, General Education.
Dr. Christopher S. Iwanyuk, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Leadership.
Dr. Christina M. Nick Pan Brown, Doctor of Education, Instructional Design.
Dr. Ashanti Ariel Coulange, Doctor of Education, Educational Leadership. Dr. Niall Finney, Doctor of Education, Specialization in Organizational Leadership. Ikran Harshi. Alexis Byland.
Bianca Isabel Silvestre.
Elsa Guerra Castro. Jesus Contreras. Daisy Nayeli Juarez. Angelica Lopez. Dr. James Andrew Buchko, Doctor of Education, Online Teaching and Learning. Lorena Duran. Jessica Monique Avila. Esther Batres. Laura Lee Davis.
Danielle Michelle Malden.
Ileana Batista Alexander. Maria Flores. Lydia Penelope Argomaniz. Karina Edith Hall.
Adrian Elias Villaseñor.
Frabel Santiago Pacheco Jr. Lorena Palafox.
Dr. Michelle D. Sylvester, Doctor in Education, Specialization in General Education.
Dr. Andrea E. Powell, Doctor of Education, Social Emotional Learning.
Dr. Katrina Foster, Doctor of Education, English Language Learning. Dr. Teresa Linda Armenta, Doctor of Philosophy in Education, E-Learning.
Dr. Renita Simmons, Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership.
Dr. Irene A. Green, Doctor of Education, Educational Leadership. Renee Christine Boji. Angela Alejandra Elizararas.
Jeline Sandoval.
Dr. Gerald Luke, Doctor of Education, Organizational Leadership. Tabitha Fournier. Connie Lee.
Jessica Moreno Pizarro. Rocio Rodriguez. Andrea Yu Sandoval. Becky Yang.
Taylor Cookson.
Angelica Perez.
Brianna Serena Bougarin. Dana Alami. Karen Jackson.
Chantel Stewart.
Stephanie Hasso.
Javier Salcedo. Nichelle Neda. Caitlin Ramirez.
Ashley Vanessa Cristiano. Dr. Tony Giordano, Doctor of Education, Curriculum and Teaching.
Dr. Matilda Okimi, Doctor of Education, Organizational Leadership.
Dr. Melissa J. Letschleiter, Doctor of Philosophy and Education, Curriculum and Teaching. Dr. Angela D. Baker, Doctor of Education, General Education. Dr. Anicia Danielle Brock, Doctor of Education, Educational Leadership. Dr. Kayla Faust, Doctor of Education, Early Childhood Education. Dr. Ariel Teniel Harris, Doctor of Education, General Education. Jacqueline Garcia. Yoshira Beatrice Dominguez.
Cheyenne Haven Smith.
Cleopatra Nafariti Henry Lipiro.
Jaiko Ozimba Townsend. Olivia Miranda Patron.
Susel Salgado Garcia.
Jessica Truong.
Yaswil La Urocarense. Jeanette Cumplido Garcia.
Wendy Medler. Ana Lilia Rochin. Lou Atlanta Vang. Alyssa Ashley Nicastro. Laura Alejandra Ochoa.
Hope Elizabeth Esperanza. Sierra Isabella Coronado. Muhammad Askari. Gabrielle Nicole Cardenas. Dr. Julie Marie Allen, Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Sport, and Athletic Management.
Dr. Yvonne M. McKay Boyd, Doctor of Education.
Dr. Crystal Riddick, Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership. Dr. Valeta Robinson, Doctor of Education, General Education. Dr. Yolanda Williams, Doctor of Education, Leadership in Higher Education. Dr. Hope Elizabeth Stillwell, Doctor of Education, Social Emotional Learning.
Dr. Lilith Fuller, Doctor of Education, Social Emotional Learning.
Dr. Melissa Mitchell Sweeney, Doctor of Education, Social Emotional Learning. Juana Santoyo. Alan Manassian,
Inayatullah Latifi, Stanicia Harris,
Magdalena Perez Garcia,
Margaret Holloway,
Luz Viviana Vega, Giovanna Cassandra Mireles, Vanessa Revelis, Yalet Nicole Revelis,
Erica Enriquez,
Taylor Vandenberg,
Abraham Hugo Cabrera, Susan Eunice Alamo,
Emilio Trinidad, Dr. Maria Isabel Zisati Castro, Doctor of Education, English Language Learning.
Dr. Julie Jocelyn Wynn, Doctor of Education in Leadership.
Vanessa Nanette Rosario,
Lindsay Bolton, Adonis Alexander Hernandez,
Alonzo Xavier Woolridge,
Dr. Christopher Davis, Doctor of Education, Sport and Athletic Management,
Dr. Shania Sprill, Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership,
Dr. Alan Haynes, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Leadership, Dr. Chris Harris, Doctor of Philosophy in Education, Organizational Leadership, Dr. Victoria Siaoya Du, Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership,
Dr. Elizabeth Ashley Zella Graves, Doctorate of Education.
Dr. Susan DeCristofaro Rogers, Doctor of Education, Curriculum and Teaching,
Dr. Nayeka Hinson, Doctor of Education, Specialization in Leadership,
Stephanie Villela,
Sarah J. Kramer,
Maylina Serrano G, Gilberto Sandoval Jr., Elizabeth Nelson,
Alicia Danielle Lemons,
Richard Joseph Wilson Sr.,
Acacia Lauren Bernal, Jordan Lee Brown, Alejandra Covarrubias Valdez, Haley Elise Kennan,
Tiffany Tuong V. Vo,
Alexandra Karen Alanis,
Brianna Jean Ross,
Joaquin Dominguez, Dr. Jennifer L. Elliott, Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Leadership,
Stephanie Sanchez,
Jose Juan Vasquez,
Stephanie Natalie Bantz, Dr. Erica Habel Barilla, Doctor of Philosophy in Education in Organizational Leadership,
Ashley Elena Parnell,
Monica Venetia Lopez, Dr. Nicolia Anastasovito, Doctor of Education, Leadership in Higher Education, Stephanie Sizek. Samia Bazravi.
Kayla Tatum. Aralee Moreno.
Yvette Cortez Sepulveda.
Megan L. Mecom Cantu.
Pauletta Ramos Luna.
Jessica Ann Rennick. Jessica Nicole Papineau.
Pamela Crispo Lopez.
Danny Molina Saroyam.
Jeanette Hurtado.
Leanne York. Ariella Strauss. Giovanna Guadalupe Moreno.
Russell Andrew Egbert. Anthony Isaiah Escarcega. Courtney Jean Lewis.
Edgar Adelso Valladares Garcia. Jessamine Rose Minners.
Giselle Correa.
Elizabeth Ann Turner. Leah Marie Rouse. Alexis V. Rezga. Tuan Anton That. Antonio Martinez. Diane Shavai. Andrea Robinson. Sarah Soberanez.
Alexandra Foley.
Melissa Passarelli. Brianna Jasmine Dural Tabulfunda. Abigail Sipple. Amy Karina Navarro. Lindsay Swanberg.
Damara Dewana Hiley. Amber Juliet Kunsiri Vong. Anaí Alonso Sanchez. Crystal Galeana. Megan Heather Gomez.
Angelica Janet Morales. Lee Alexander Navarro. Victoria Ortega Martinez. Priscilla Martinez.
Lauren Appleman.
Alexandro Luis Rico. Ivy Kristen Silva. Dominic Daniel Valiente.
William Scott Lewis.
Clara Marie Schaefer. Sara Petrosyan. Dominic Perkins. Tristan Mason. Martin Sakajugo.
Alyssa Noel Bonilla. Laura Michelle Hogan. Tanner Rudolph Anderson. Tamika Donise Ballantyne. Samantha Roxanne Barraza, Bianca Fierro Moya,
Olivia Chianti Pais Armendaris,
Maribel Armendariz,
Ricky Varela, Jordan Patrick Rodino,
Erica I. Buchanan,
Amanda Trujillo,
Emmanuel Gil Lara, Martin Barahona Naranjo,
Viviana Palomera Gonzalez, Nicole Smart, Giovanni Villalobos Torres, Reina Moreno, Vanessa Marie Mendez,
Ariana Garcia, Andrea Sofia Lopez,
Sharmin Rahman,
Alanette Dean Richardson, Chrislyn Davis, Devin Lee Brown, Claudia Alonso Tablada,
Jessica Schollmeyer, Ingrid Quisheno, Viridiana Preciado Cervantes, Brenda Vences, Travis Matthew Willis,
Manjot Kaur Baines,
Melissa Regina Sanchez,
Vanessa Lynn Fairbanks, Diana Elizette Alanis,
Francisco Ramos,
Alejandro Cisneros, Brianna K. Brandeis,
Vanessa Molina Noriega, Millennia Young,
Jennifer Barani, Lori Delaney,
Allison L. Reyes,
Gabrielle Lopez,
Mackenzie Smith,
William Henry, Ruth Jacqueline Jimenez,
Davina Yadon,
Erica Marie Garcia, Maria Fernanda Leyva Morales, Destiny Figueroa,
Mary Mar Mendoza,
Omar Calleros,
Lauren Ann Smith,
Naisha Lasha Kovalak,
Elizabeth Morales, Azucena Manzo Ruelas, Jasmine Ariana Stewart, Janet Rosales, Justin Rodriguez,
Mariah Garcia,
Griselda Castro Canchola, Erica Faulkner, Nora A. Cooper,
Nicole Quinones,
Sulema P. Figueroa, Ryan Hammett, Aaron Buffalo,
Serena Torres, Edward Padilla, Madeline Ray Monaco, Anne Irene Muse,
Samantha Colson, Judith Alanis,
Montserrat Samano Barrera, Tamara Moriarty,
Jesse Gonzalez Perez,
Valeria Valdez Lopez, Orion Rogelio Osborne Lewis,
Sarah Abau Azra, Janiel Carey Brian Williams,
Daniela Ochoa, Luis Fernando Patino,
Jacelyn Irene Hoppy,
Nadia Marlena Talamantes, Selena Uraldi Martinez,
Lily Lee,
Jessica McLean,
Christopher Del Home,
Shanmuga Divya Piramanayagam, Sarahi Para, Ariana Vasquez,
Mayela Covarrubias, Maricruz Hernandez Cano, Stephanie Chavez,
Adam Magana, Susie Solorio,
Alexis Tiana Bomagat, Rita Delcid,
Hiromi Yoneta Matsue,
Melina Llamas, Daniela Baez Castellanos,
Jessica Quinones,
Alyssa Laura Allen, Theodore Giron, Melanie Bonilla, Alexis Elizabeth Jolivet,
Melita Stephanie Villalobos Hernandez, Eileen Velasco,
Angela Ayarza,
Norma Leticia Ramos Johnson,
Sandy Gonzalez, Edith Azucena Anaya,
Diana Castro Vargas,
Brianna Sapphire Infante,
Jeanette Vargas, Patricia Medina Lona,
Andy Guillen, Amber Elizabeth Marie Hardy,
Sonia Stevens, Liana Alyssa Romero, Crystal Sanchez, Natalie Vega, Andrew Christian Roman, Rianne May Camacho Steedham, Juliet Pike, Donald Marcus Weaver,
Maria Fimbres Balch,
Alexandra Ruiz Villa,
Samantha Lynn Files, Jonathan Alex Dominguez,
Antonio Teon Gil,
Octavio Torres,
Destiny Cordero, Clarissa Espindola, Vanessa Guillen, Alexandria Dichon Gaskill, Caitlin Natalie Kano, Jasad Holman, Vivian Duarte Hamilton, Diana Hill, Rebecca Therese Easterly,
Tiffany McCoy, Devin O'Neill Rose,
Jerily Haro Vasquez, Gabriela Garcia, Neda Abigail Amezquita, Michelle Horta,
Reagan Elizabeth Pecci,
Magdalena Jimenez, Giselle Guzman,
Alice Marina Mendez Barundia,
Fanny Lizette Contreras,
Alicia Sarah Maldonado,
Yoara Cruz Vasquez, Ashley Espinosa Zavala,
Dustin Thompson,
Shiva Alavian, Alexis Campbell, Alexis Michelle Leon, Maria Vanessa Lopez Correa, Miriam Andrea Franco,
Isa Nacheli Rodriguez Garcia, Letizia Moreno, Rubin Retamosa,
Jacqueline Marie Beviano,
Brittany Elizabeth Shaba, Christian Quiroz, Roxanne Ruby Soto, Otis Ricks III,
Rebecca Francisca Borayo.
Eduviguez Ramirez. Cynthia Valencia.
Myra Cecilia Gomez.
Jessica Sanchez.
Maria Limas. Sarah Balderas. Karina Leva.
Samantha Tello. Veronica Esmeralda Ponce. Tiandra Suggs. Pangchia Vang. Isabel Ruiz.
Brianna Marie Gonzalez Cortez.
Dina Nicole Payton. Ivana Paula Rodriguez Vargas. Elizabeth Saavedra. Andrea Valle.
Ofelia Gonzalez.
Miranda Renee Rosas.
Kendall Davis. Giselle Suarez Ledesma.
Clesa Jael Medina Lopez.
Emily Herman.
Najma A. Toby.
Madison Danielle Castro. Amy Marie Lucille Denning.
Malia Rianne Talavera. Melinda Nicole Sterling. Elena Marie Park. Anna Miriam Villanueva.
Tanya Centeno.
Kevin James Navarro.
Xavier Steve Hernandez.
Albert Tovar. Roxana Tapia Gastelum.
Jessica Kelly. Guadalupe Guerra.
Maureen Nahapitian. Karen Evelyn Sereno. Elias Torres. Arami Clarissa Monares. Farisa Rob.
Betty E. Bean Pavlonis.
Sophia Alexis Perez.
Justine Aubrey Flores.
Lisbeth Sarai Sanchez Arevalo.
Michelle Marie Hernandez.
Venice Stanton. Didanan Josephine Mara.
Mariana Gabriela Lerma Garcia.
Jovelyn April Venus.
Rosie Gonzalez.
Vanessa Andrea Rodarte.
Adam El Sharif.
Tyler Don Sinkovich.
Alta Simmons.
Rami Hanna. Zoe Elizabeth DeMars.
Jennifer Bissett.
Natalia Ali Saracedes. Tamara Lampe. Norma Melissa Amaya.
Jenny Fernanda Paez Ramirez.
Jasmine Maricela Fuentes. Takara Brown. Ashley Denise Galvin. Natalie Espinoza Montero.
Erika Morales.
Deborah Elaine Hewitt.
Emily Mariela Vasquez.
Giselle Cortez.
Madison Yang.
Nicole Marie Di Pasquale. Kevin Flores. Joshua Joe Longo. Luz Andrea Gonzalez. Alexa Fernanda Colis.
Alma Beatriz Scribner.
Roxana Esther Alvarado.
Marissa Lila Martinez.
Claudia Elena Castillo Cortez. And Jeanette Victoria Aguilar. Jade Elizabeth Johnson. Riley Ellis.
Krista May Sapno Roque.
Jocelyn Ruby Hernandez Quintanilla.
Veronica Ebong Reyes. Amber Francis Mercado. Diana Sales Rocha.
Jennifer Dukey. Angel Estrada. Anailse Centeno. Angela Guerrero. Natalie Hernandez. Deanna Carol Almengor.
Stefan Velasco.
Roxana Peralta Escalante. Yesenia Ines Hernandez.
Monica L. Pizzano. Madeline Steinberg. Karina Mylan Nava. Summer McMeekin.
Bianca Yesenia Gonzalez. Samantha Elizabeth Landeros.
Anisha Tastia.
Mia Christine Delmonico.
Simone Yvonne Mosley.
Chizo P. Iberosi. Evelyn F. Campos. Hansel Karina Ayala Segovia. Gabriela Amezcua. Stacy Delgado.
Melissa M. Vaca.
Star Corrales. Xiomara Alvarez.
Stacy Ann D. Ramos.
Gabriela Diaz.
Denise Quintero.
Rosa Alicia Leon Blanco. Jenely Raquel Barajas.
Karina Mendoza Robledo.
Teresa Joy Dimatulak.
Mark Weidler. Elsie Marilyn Perez.
Casey Suseth Leva.
Jacqueline Meza Campos.
Diana Diaz. Cassandra Ramona Aguilar. Kenneth Eke. Mira Del Carmen Cisneros.
Aisha Nayeli Zavala Rodriguez. Anthony Murataya.
Gretchen Diana Rodriguez.
Berenice Patino. Nathaniel Inselg Song.
Daisy Manuela Gonzalez. Yadira Gomez.
Jessica Marie Vera.
Melinda Jurado. Ricardo Antonio Hoya.
Desiree Pitones Apodaca.
Tinka Gabriela Cisneros. Manjot Cabra.
Jairo Manrique. Tyron Ship.
Fernanda Leva.
Brenda Lee Marquez. Brissa Diane Marquez.
Shannon Nicole Bojorquez. Soledad Luna Cortez.
Abigail Bernice Ortiz Sanchez. Yvette Perez. Summer Saunders.
Deloni Coleman.
Tiara M. Spencer. Mary Florencia Spicer. Denise Lisette Rojas.
Isela Ariana Flores.
Kamisha R. Mason. Charlene Mondesir.
Yerza Lopez. Lorenzo Chan.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Congratulations to each of today's graduates, and our thanks to all of you who joined us this morning. Would everyone please rise for the recessional, and please remain standing until the administration and faculty have recessed. Guests, please make your way to the outdoor plaza where you will meet your graduates. And again, congratulations, class of 2026.
Well, that wraps up this graduation of the Sanford College of Education. About 1,000 plus graduates. What a compelling talk from our keynote speaker, Dr. Ted Mitchell, President of the American Council of Education, chatting about how do we regain our American democracy. Very compelling comment. Congratulations to all of those graduates for the great work they have done over their careers at National University and what they will be doing in their communities wherever they may land. On behalf of National University, I'm Drew Schlossberg. Hope you enjoyed this live stream of this NU commencement. Next up will be the School of Arts and Letters and Sciences, School of Health Professions, JFK School of Psychology and Social Sciences, and more from the Sanford College of Education. We are signing off for right now.
It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate.